Hey guys, welcome back to MuscleMentor.net. I'm Brad Hull and this is Justin Harris, and we are wearing our sunglasses at night because our futures are so bright. Right now we're going to talk about why squats suck. Actually, Justin's going to talk about it, and then I'm going to chime in with some bullshit later.
Yeah, and I'm going to go on the record and say for a large portion of people, as a bodybuilding movement, squats suck. And then you're going to say, squats suck? Isn't 90% of the videos you've ever posted online in your life you squatting? Yes, but the thing is, for most people, squats are a poor leg developer, and I'm gonna with caveats. I'm gonna explain why. People will immediately say, "Well, Tom Platt squatted. That's almost all he did." Tom Platt squatted close stance, high bar for high reps for a lot of sets. That is a squat movement that doesn't suck. That is not how most people train squats. The way people train squats, a high bar, 20 rep set of squats, building up in weight, or 3 sets of 15 reps, or the way Ronnie would train, building up through sets of 15. That's a good bodybuilding movement. That's not how most people train squats. Most people train squats by using a slightly wider stance than they need to because they can lift more weight, using a rep range that's not advantageous to building muscle. On legs, doing sets of 5 is not building leg muscle. Go look at any powerlifter that squats a shit ton of weight and tell me whose legs are better, Phil Heath or their legs, or any pro bodybuilder and their legs. And so the way, and the other thing is, squats take time and they're exhausting, and the build-ups, the warm-up sets take time. So a squat-based leg movement very, very frequently, and far too frequently, turns into what a leg workout should be, to taking 45 minutes to do one max effort set of 5 on squat. That doesn't build muscle. Warming up 135, even 135 for a set of 15 will get you tired. That's the thing with squats, they're hard. So you don't do 135 for 15. You might do, on bench, where you get less exhausted, 135 for 15 is a standard warm-up. But people don't do that with squat. They put 135 on, do between 5 and 10 reps. On bench, 220, if you're strong, 225 for sets of 10 or 15 warm-up, that's a standard warm-up. People don't build up on squat and put 225 and do a set of 15 on it. They do 5 reps because they're already getting out of breath and they just want to make sure they're in the groove. And they go to 315, same thing on bench. Even if you're planning on working up to 405, you put 315 on, you don't do a couple reps. You still probably bang out a full set, almost, to 80% of failure, maybe doing 10 reps. You don't do 10 reps with 315 on squat. You do another set of 5, and then you go to another set of, 405 for a set. Now they're kind of getting tired, and you don't want to lose all your strength for your max set, so now you do a set of 3. Now you get up to 500 pounds, and say 500 pounds is really heavy for you. You're trying to show off your buddies at the gym, and doing sets of 20 sucks on squat, so you do a set of 5. What's your set of 5? You load up 5 plates, you step back, you widen your feet too wide because you know you're a little stronger. You put the bar lower on your back than you should because you know it makes you a little stronger. You sit back, spread the weight rather than on your quads to your quads, your adductors, your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back, everything, and you do 2 reps. Come up, stop, breathe, catch your breath, come down another rep. Come up, stop, breathe, take the strain off your quads, catch your breath, regroup, back down another rep. That set of 5 ends up taking 45 seconds, where the majority of it you were standing there with no tension on the quads, recovering so you get that next heavy rep. And as soon as you do that once, and someone, especially younger guys and people at the gym, have seen you squatting 5 plates, no one wants to go back down and struggle with 4 or 5, especially if you did squats the way you would train any other muscle, the way you would train chest or shoulders or arms, and do 135 for 15, 225 for 15, 315 for 10, 405 for 10.
Yeah.
You don't do it because by the time you get to 405, you're exhausted and out of breath and you're not hitting that 10 reps anymore. Plus, you don't want to only do 405 because someone else in the gym saw you do 500 before.
And the thing is, if somebody's training biceps, you talk to anybody and they're like, well, you want to put the elbow forward, you want to bring it to the most disadvantageous position so you can work the bicep. Anything with arms or any other muscle group, you think about that, you're trying to get
you kind of squeeze your chest out.
Yeah, you're really trying to put the muscle at a disadvantage so that you can really work it. But legs, for some strange reason, because it's a huge ego thing, if you can't squat 500 pounds, then you're a pussy or whatever else. So that's where this comes in. Then you end up getting less leg growth than you would if you treated it like a bicep, where you're trying to focus solely on whatever you're trying to do. And again, like if you're trying to grow your hamstrings in your butt, then do it with that. Do it with the wider stance and sit back and all that type of stuff.
But even then, sets of 5 aren't going to do it.
Right. But use it as if you were doing your biceps, where you're trying to isolate that.
And I never and bench kind of does the same thing. Probably a lot of reason guys have problems with their chest growth. Also, you would never do sets of 5 on, I don't know, on bicep curls and expect. Well, maybe some young guys would, but any person who really understands bodybuilding isn't gonna spend 45 minutes building up to one set of 5 max weight on a bicep curl and expect their biceps to grow. They're not. Can you imagine walking to the gym, deciding your main exercise is gonna be barbell curls, and build up through 5 sets, and where all the warm-up sets are way short of failure. I mean, 10, 15 reps short of failure, all the way to build up to whatever you can do. One max rep set of 5, where you don't just do 5 reps, you do a rep, sit at the bottom, catch your breath, swing up another one, and expect your biceps to grow, because people know that's not the way hypertrophy occurs. But that's how people train legs. And so if you look at the squatters who have big legs, Ronnie Coleman, Tom Platz, there's not really very many more. I mean, most top bodybuilders in the world in the last forever weren't big squatters, didn't squat much at all. And that's why, because the way the squat works to build leg muscles is brutally difficult, and rather than taking 45 minutes to build up to one max set of 5, you got to treat it like any chest or shoulder movement, where you do your 5 sets within 10 minutes, and all of them are 10 reps or more, and that which is hard and not fun, and it's not very good for your ego when you're struggling with 275 when you know you can squat 500 for 5 under the right conditions with enough rest.
Right.